Stocks drifting lower as we enter the final trading hour in this holiday-shortened Christmas Eve trading session. Joining me now, Reuters markets correspondent Ryan Vlastelica. Now, Ryan, stocks down for the third time the last 4 days.
Right.
No bounce back, despite that big deep dive we took on Friday.
Well, of course, stocks aren't down all that much right now. It's the day before Christmas. A lot of traders are out, so right now trading volume is very light and the moves are quite slight. There's no reason for people to want to get back in the market and keep buying. I'm sure some people do see bargains out there, but amid all the uncertainty that remains with the global economy, especially here in the United States, it's understandable people still aren't ready to really jump back in the market right now.
We saw stocks down across the board, including the Dow and Nasdaq. Take a look at the sectors. Materials are trading higher, but energy sharply lower, as well as financials. What's behind energy? It's got to be oil.
Energy, exactly. It's all about the decline in oil that we're seeing today. It's down. Brent oil is down even more. There are a lot of concerns about what the demand outlook is going to be like in 2013. This gets into the fiscal cliff issue that we're going to talk about in a little bit, but right now people don't know where there's going to be, how much growth there's going to be, and how much demand there's going to be. So right now people are seeing a little bit of a decline in oil. Hasn't come down as much as other assets, so it's a little bit of a catch-up play there, and that's why we're seeing energy shares so weak on the day.
Right now, about $83.50 a barrel. Taking a look at the 10-year Treasuries, prices down, got the yield at 98.64. That's a 10-year note. And let's take a look at some of the other other assets. Spot gold, firming a bit, 1659. Gold is could end the year up for the 12th year in a row. That would be some accomplishment if it does manage to do that. Let's take a deeper dive into the markets. You mentioned earlier the fiscal cliff, that's $600 billion in tax hikes and spending cuts potentially. You know, given the scare, given there are only a few days left, President Obama's on vacation in Hawaii, Boehner's out also for the holidays. There you see Boehner. Why are investors so sanguine? The markets are only down 1% Friday and 1/3% today.
Right. I mean, we have come up a lot in anticipation of a deal. When it didn't look like a deal would be coming for the end of the year, we might have expected a bigger decline than what we got. Still, a lot of investors remain very confident that we will see some kind of agreement. If not before the end of the year, then at least early next year, at which point the politics might be a little bit easier because you'd technically be voting for a tax decrease rather than a tax increase. So there is potential for something, and of course the deal next year could be sort of retroactively fitted so that any going over the cliff is sort of erased. Right now though, why are stocks not down as much? I don't know. There is a lot of uncertainty. People do remain very concerned about what could happen in the event we go over the cliff. But right now, with so many people out, I think people are just sort of making a wait-and-see attitude. We're up about 14% so far this year on the S&P. People kind of just want to lock in their games, take a step back, and see what happens.
All right, and don't forget to take a look at the headlines that are scrolling across your screen as we go to the hot stocks table. And Ryan, the news today, Google looks like it's coming with what it calls the X phone, obviously something to rival the iPhone that Apple puts out.
Right, absolutely.
Tell us more about this.
Well, we don't know a lot of the details right now. This comes care of a report from the Wall Street Journal that Google is working on this phone, but could be the first real competition for the iPhone, at least here in the United States, because from the reports that we've had, looks like this new phone is able to recognize things like hand motions and stuff like that. It's not just another entry in the line of like the phone where the touchscreen and so forth like that. So if it is something that's radically new, a new kind of product category that has things that the iPhone doesn't, that could be real competition for Apple.
As for Google, taking a look at the stock, stock is sharply lower today. It's trading down about 1% on a down day for tech stocks. Why so?
Well, we're still a ways from this phone being released to the market, and we still don't know how people are going to feel about it and how well the sales are going to do, what it's going to be priced at. Google has done well this year, and a lot of people are just sort of taking their money off the table, like with the broader market that you've seen, just want to lock in their gains while they can.
And perhaps maybe it's that Reuters article on Amazon posing a big threat to Google, especially in the arena of online ad spending. Thanks a lot, Ryan Vlastelica, Reuters Markets correspondent. And don't forget to check out, follow us at Twitter at Reuters Insider, and also check out our YouTube channel at Reuters.com/ReutersTV. I'm Fred Katayama. This is Reuters.